That's what people get confused. They be like, man, I want motherfuckers to like me. Like, the person that's like is rarely watched. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some polarizing to you to make people think like, I hate that motherfucker or I love him. You don't want nobody in the middle. In the middle, that's where people don't care about you at. You want them to like really like, I fuck with Dave, I fuck with Jalen so heavy. Or you want them to be like, can't stand them niggas. I think as a creator, you got to accept that because you don't want that. The middle ground is the most dangerous place to be. You either want to be loved or hated. And once you accept that, I feel like your content, your brand gonna either grow.
Them niggas scared to make that move. Can't relate to that. I roll the dice, shit. If I lose, I'm gonna be shaking back. Cause lessons learned within the loss just elevate the fact that trial and error just the only way. Ain't no escaping that. I wake up, hit 100 push-ups, then I'm at my route. Check on my stocks, see how they looking, then I'm sliding out. When you start seeing your progression, you stop having doubts. And what's the point of having clout if you can't cash it out? True to this game, and I'm a lifer, ayy. Feel like we finna change the cycle, ayy. That's the most success, you know we thriving, ayy. That's the most depression for our rivals, ayy. Could teach a lesson on survival, ayy. You know I'm from the bottom.
What's good with it, my wealth builders? It is your boy, David Bellard, one of the founders of the Black Wealth Renaissance. Here with you, here in the studio, my brother Jalen. How you doing, dog?
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Jalen, man, another founder of the Black Wealth Renaissance. Feeling good, feeling great, looking even better, man, so I can't really complain, dog.
You talking a little spicy.
Yeah, man. Fuck yeah, man. I told y'all, we about to stop being so humble and reserved, man. We really do this. I'm excited about this episode. We've been talking a little bit off camera already.
Man, good vibes already.
It's always great whenever we link with this guy, man. We came across him, what year was that? 2019?
Yeah.
I think that was
18, whenever we started. We started. Definitely, bro. Yeah, it's been a good conversation so far. Get ready into this episode. Before we get started, gotta ask y'all, make sure y'all like, rate, subscribe, leave that 5-star rating and review for you boys.
Need that. Hit that notification bell if you're on YouTube.
If you're in the Dallas area, January 28th, we're hosting an event at the Financial Symposium Kickstart 2023. Kickstarted with us in in South Dallas. We're going to be out here blowing smoke cigar lounge with our guys Cuff and Mo from the Vision Lab podcast. Going to be a great time, great people, good information. Get your tickets in the show notes below.
Yes, sir. But like I was saying, man, every time we link with this brother, it's been great. I remember the first episode we did, I think we was on that thing for like 2 hours, dog.
Yeah, we was.
D ended up dipping out on us. She was like, I got enough of y'all shit. But man, ever since meeting this guy, it's been real genuine. He's a thought leader in our industry. Got mad respect for him, none other than Mr. Xavier Miller. What's up with him, my brother?
Good, man. Appreciate
Chilling,
the invite,
man.
When y'all hit me up and said, let's do it again, I said, man, say less. Let's make it happen, man.
Hell yeah,
you gotta
man.
get that swap done, too. You know, I'm bringing y'all on the show.
Hey, man, let us know when we're going to make it happen, too, my brother.
Yeah, man, but glad to have you on again, bro. Like Jalen said, always did respect and love what you do. Host of the Millionaire Mindsets Podcast, one of the top ones out here. Doing the thing, really pushing the culture forward, man. And I'm excited today to just talk about a lot of different things. But for the people in our audience that ain't familiar with you, just give them a quick introduction to Xavier, man.
What's good, y'all? What's good? So my name is Xavier Miller. I'm from Chicago. I currently live out here in Dallas. I'm the founder and the host of the Millionaire Mindsets Podcast. Like I said, I'm from Chicago. I got a military background. I got out in about 2018, I think it was, 2019. I can't remember which year it was. But I got out and then I got into entrepreneurship, real estate, investing, all that stuff. Been podcasting we started around the same time. So it's been like 4 years now.
Yeah.
It's
going on 4 years.
About 4 years. So yeah, that's a quick on who I am.
So man, I really think it's time for us to talk about that podcast
industry,
man. That's something we talked about it whenever we went to Norfolk. We went to Norfolk, Virginia for a Black Diamond weekend and just talked about a lot of the opportunity in the industry and like how people kind of sleep on the different ways that podcasts, it's not just something that people listen to, but this is a whole business, right?
Business.
So like with the industry, when did you first realize that podcasting was a business?
That's it, bro. That's a crazy question. I ain't really, so the first about six to 10 months, you know, I was doing it out of leisure. It was fun. It was just something I picked up on. I didn't know you could make money. You know what I'm saying? I didn't look at it as like a business. It was just like, man, it's fun, you know, getting the chance to talk to people, meet different people, have conversation, put the information out there. It's all dope and fun. But then I started doing research, more and more research, seeing people making money. You know what I'm saying? Hearing the people doing crazy deals. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, wait, Then I realized this is just the entertainment business. This part of the entertainment business at the end of the day. Although we kicking information, we kicking game and value to people, this is the entertainment business. So knowing that it's a business, I gotta act like it's a business. I gotta move like it's a business. So yeah, it took me about within that first year of doing it, I'm like, yo, this is a business. We gotta really build this brand and focus on that and elevate it to as high as we can.
Mm. And one of the things that I liked about you, what you were doing with podcasting, kind of like us, you was busting out content.
Yeah.
Like whenever we first started, dog, like
crazy.
I remember I was talking to you whenever we went to Sacramento for the Yes Honey collective. It's like, yeah, man, I'm recording every weekend. Mm-hmm. And like people don't understand some of the work that go into podcasting, right?
Facts.
They see the end product, but they don't know. We've been locked in here since 12 o'clock today. It's 4:32 right now.
Crazy.
And
we still gonna be going after
exactly. And like with you, right? Like y'all were y'all recording every weekend at that point?
No, at that point we was recording, bro. We was recording like 3 times a week, 2-3 times a week.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
We was recording
releasing twice a week.
We was recording like 3 times in the weekend. Like on a Saturday, we'll do bomb.
Yeah.
But they don't understand some of the work that go in that. And one of the things that I liked about your show is, once you record, like that shit coming out ASAP.
ASAP. I don't fuck around.
Don't
like ASAP, dog.
Yeah, because I don't know, because I never understood why people record, then they would sit on shit for a month, 2, 6 months. I'd be like, what are you doing? What was your point in recording if you're gonna hoard the content like that? That never made sense to me. I'm like, the quicker I get it out, the more engagement I could get, the more reach I can get, the more new people gonna find me. Ain't no point in me sitting on it. Just keep it moving, keep pushing out content. My mentality when I started in the industry was, I ain't have no following. So my mentality was, I got to kick this fucking door down. These people don't know nothing about me. I'm not no celebrity. I think I had like less than 2,000 followers on all social media platforms combined when I started podcasting. So I knew like, if I'm releasing an episode every 2 weeks, once a month, how the fuck these people gonna find me? They already don't know who I am. So my mentality, like, I got to kick this door in. I'm finna release so much content where you can't ignore me. That was my mentality. And then when the audience came, I was like, okay, I think we could scale back a little bit, because it was getting to a point where people would hit me up like, man, I'm trying to catch up, but you releasing so many episodes, I can't catch up. So I'm like, all right, we can scale back
with the mixtapes, dog.
Like, we can scale back now.
But that makes sense though, like flooding the streets, because that's exactly the same thing we did whenever we first came onto the scene. Now, opposite of you, we did have the Instagram platform right? So that was one of the big things that led to our growth. But when people start stuff like this and they try to start in the industry, I think that's the number one thing that stops so many podcasts, right, Jalen? I think you both familiar with the numbers than me. They got a bunch of podcasts, but how many of them are, I recorded 1 episode, 2 episodes, and then I just put it down and never did it
It's
again.
a lot. It's a lot. Most podcasts, because I did my research, most podcasts has 10 or less episodes.
That's crazy. Because it's because they're not seeing the results that they thought they would get.
I was just about to say, what's even crazier is the average listenership on a podcast is 300 listeners per episode. Is what a lot of people don't know.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
It's a low barrier of entry. Like, I think that's the thing that get people
and
caught
it's
up.
Also
they think it's easy because they see, like, all the memes and shit. Now the dude, what's his name?
I already know you talking about.
Yeah,
he's funny.
With podcasts, you gotta wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Like, people think it's just
hilarious.
It is hilarious, but people, like, it's become a meme now because they think it's so easy to start and grow. But that, what you just said, that's one of the hardest things right there. Like, not only just getting the content recorded, right, but now you got to edit the content. Now you got to get it out there. And then once you get it out there, you got to promote that content.
Editing, creating it, and editing it is the easiest part. Getting it out there to the point where you got some traction and people actually interested in what the fuck you talking about is the hard part. And everybody talk about how easy. I be like, try to do it yourself. Let's see if your shit blow.
It probably won't.
More than likely, it's not.
It probably won't.
That's just the reality of it.
Because once again, once people don't see those results that they think they're going to get, they're going to stop. And I kind of want to get into that with you. When did you first see the value in your podcast, right? Like you said, you only had like 2,000 listeners across everything whenever you started. Starting out, what were your numbers like and what kept you moving forward?
Man, so starting out, I think like we kind of grew really quick, to be honest, but that first couple months, I think, I remember vividly the first time we hit 500 downloads total. It was like within the first 2 or 3 episodes. And that shit was like the dopest thing in the world to me at the time. I ain't give a fuck about 100,000, 1 million downloads or nothing. That's just 5. I was seeing 500 was like, oh damn, we
then
doing
you see them little countries. You like, wait, niggas out here talking.
Right. I'm like, damn, niggas in the UK listening. I'm like, and at that point, I was doing it for fun. It was strictly fun. So I didn't. If it was 20 listeners, I would have kept doing it because it was truly fun to me. Mm-hmm. And like, I feel like the conversations I was having was enjoyable. So you're not losing nothing. The worst thing you lose is time by having a good conversation. So I wasn't tripping. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's a fact.
I wasn't tripping on like the numbers, nothing like that. But within that first 6 months, it was growing really fast though. It took off like at like after the 3rd month, it started picking up like really fast.
And I think it's important that you just like it started off with that passion side of it, right? Because again, people think they're gonna get in the podcast and they're gonna blow right then and there. You actually have to be interested in whatever the fuck it is you want to talk about with people. And you got to be interested in the people you're going to be talking to.
And you got to be a likable person.
You got to be a likable person.
It's true. You got to have some personality to yourself. Like, because why I'm going to listen to somebody if you talk like the Clear Eyes man?
I'm not listening to that bullshit.
But like with the podcast industry, I think one of the biggest things people sleep on is how you can, even if you're small, you can always leverage it and grow your network. Like, I remember it was people that I never thought I'd have talked to because nobody knew who we were. Nobody knew David Bellard. I'm this dude from Opelousas, Louisiana. I played football at Louisiana Tech, and I didn't even get on the damn field. Like, what you mean? Who are you, sir? And now we getting people like Josh Childers, somebody I watch play sports. All like he just like, oh yeah, for sure I'll get on your podcast. It's like, oh, okay. It's something about this that's it opens people up a bit more. It's like it's a value add, even if your audience isn't big. And what it is instead of you just focusing on like the podcast itself, you can focus on that relationship with that person, and that could pay dividends down the line.
Down the line, yo. That's facts, bro. I agree.
What have you learned most since you started podcasting?
Ooh, shit. Regarding business or just personally?
Give me one of each.
So business, I would say, damn, that's a good question, bro. This is one of the best questions I got asked in a minute. I don't think nobody ever asked me this. Regarding business, it's several things. One of the main ones I would say is, it's important to have a tight circle. That's probably, I would say that's number one. Because as a podcaster, you meeting so many people. And you hearing so many different ideas. So when you hear somebody doing, you be like, damn, maybe I should look into that.
Get that shiny object syndrome.
You know how that goes? You be like, then you talking to somebody else, same thing. You like, but at the end of the day, this is working for us. So it's like we need to just become master of our craft, stick with what we working with, but also have that small circle where it limits that distractions. And it's people that put value in us, believe in us and stuff like that. So that's probably like the biggest thing regarding business I would say I learned personally is just how to communicate with people and be a better listener. Yeah. Podcasts teach you how to listen. If you really want to be a good podcast, ain't nothing but being a good listener. You listening to people and you listening, you can fully understand what they saying so you could get a proper response. You're not listening to respond, but you listening to get the proper response. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I follow you.
Yeah. That's what podcasting taught me, really just how to listen to people and really hear what they saying. I don't want to hear what I want them to say. I'm truly listening to hear what they got to say. You know what I'm saying? And truly understand them. Because everybody's so different. That's what podcasting showed me. Like, ain't no two people the same. Everybody is so fucking different. It's crazy for real. But that's probably the two biggest things I can think of. That's
a big gem right there, bro. With that listening,
that communication,
listening to not to respond, because one of my friends was one of the ones that taught me that like a while ago. He told me that when we were in college. He was like, bro, you don't. Sometimes you're not listening to understand. You're listening to respond. And I think when people hear that, they don't always understand what they mean. When you're listening to respond, you already know what you're going to say.
You already know what you're about to say, no matter what this person says.
It don't matter what the hell they just said.
You're listening for one point to where you can drill down on whatever they said to prove your point.
Exactly. And it's like, that's not conducive to a conversation.
At all.
Nor does it help an interview, especially if you're somebody like, you said everybody personality different, right?
Everybody different.
So somebody might take offense to that, whereas somebody else, they might be like, oh, okay, you thought about this one thing I said, but you just ignore everything else. Now they shutting down. Now they don't want to talk to you no more. It's like you got to be real skilled and nuanced at that aspect of it. And I think
Facts.
people just think sometimes you just getting on a mic and talking.
Man, how many episodes, let's be real, how many podcasts we done seen where the motherfuckers that's controlling the conversation is terrible at it? You like, why they not asking this? Why they keep interrupting? Like, is they really listening to what this person's saying? It's so many podcasts I listen to, I be thinking like, man, turn this shit off. I can't take it. They don't know how to control the conversation. They terrible listeners. They keep interjecting, so it's like, it's a waste of my time. There's a lot of podcasts like that.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of them where it's like, yo, he can't even get through his point. Like, you, if you wanted it to be about you, instead of doing an interview show, you should have just did a single solo pod.
Exactly.
And I think that's another thing I kind of want to get into on the pod side. People think that podcasting is solely what we're doing right now.
Right.
But once you really start to explore the industry, you get to understand that it's so much more. Because once again, whenever we were starting, I really became a student of the game. And I'll be honest to y'all, before we even started our podcast, I told David, I didn't know what this shit was. David told me about podcasting.
Yeah, I was a podcast junkie.
Yeah, he was.
I found out about podcasts. I listened to everybody's podcast. I was listening to your podcast, Charles, EYL, everybody. I was a pod fiend.
Exactly. And like, I turned into the same thing because I wanted to become a student of the game. Right? And so I ended up going into not just conversational stuff. I was like, okay, what's this drama stuff? What is this true murder podcast? And then you go start to listening to all the other things that they can do in this industry. I'm like, damn, this shit really dope. Like, this shit is like theatrics without. This is like watching movies, but it ain't no movie. It's like I'm still
watching movies with just the sound.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is. Because people interested these days, specifically in my opinion, people interested in hearing people's stories, whether they can entertain them, whether they can get on some game and value. People just want to get to know more and more and want to learn more information. I feel like people listen to podcasts more than motherfuckers that's just watching TV for real. You know what I'm saying? You look at some podcast networks, they doing bigger numbers than some TV networks.
That's a fact. Wall Street Journal is like one of the top like downloaded podcasts.
You can look at Joe Rogan.
Crazy numbers.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? People watch him more than they watch the TV for real. So that shows you how much power it is in podcasting for real. But people still don't. That's, to be honest, we got in at the right time because it wasn't oversaturated. Everybody wasn't creating them. Nowadays, 2022, 2023, everybody think it's so easy to make one. When we got in, it was still so fresh and new to a lot of, especially within our community. A lot of people was like, "Wait, it wasn't that many options like that for the stuff we talking about that look like us." How many options was it really?
Not many, dog.
It was a handful. It was a handful. So we had that early advantage on most people. That's gonna be hard for people to really catch up to, and that's something that most people don't really understand. And
I kind of want to even hammer into that a little bit more. People might hear you say that and think, "Oh man, I can't start a podcast."
Right.
You're still early.
You're still early. You're right.
Because more than half of the United States is not listening to podcasts.
Facts.
So I will say a caveat to that though. Like the difference is, so the way Zay built his and the way we built ours, right? There were less options now.
Facts.
Now you should focus on building a brand before you starting a podcast.
Yes.
Because if you're just gonna start talking on a microphone and thinking somebody want to hear what you got to say, everybody on a microphone, you can go buy the shirt. You can spend the $400 on it if you want. But
why should I listen to you?
Why should I listen to you? Exactly. What value have you given me?
Exactly.
It would be better and more a better way to start to gain a strong listenership is to do this build a brand first.
Yep.
Like I think who I seen. She debuted at number 1.
You talking about B. Simone?
No. In the business category. What's that girl name? Erica taught me. She's a lawyer, and she got the TikToks breaking down like a bunch of stuff. So she used the TikTok.
She used the TikTok
to build her brand first, giving value on there first, and then she was able to get the long form content out that people was going to listen to. I think that's a better model now in 2022.
That's crazy.
There's no
2023.
I ain't trying to gas myself or nothing like that. But in 2023, to duplicate what me and Deanna did is gonna be nearly impossible. Having no following and grow a platform that quick is gonna be nearly impossible.
Facts.
So you have to go that route. Like at that time we started, there wasn't an abundance of people like us making this kind of content. It was only I think we started before EYL around the same time. So let's say you got us, you got EYL, y'all.
I know we started in March of 2019.
And we just
on the pod.
We started the end of December 2018. So
I think y'all and EYL probably started right around the same time.
Yeah, around the same time. EYL, us, y'all. You got Social Proof.
You had Charles Ogilvy.
Shout out to Todd.
And that was really
that was it.
Yeah, that was really it.
That was really it. So, but now it's a lot. So it's like if you come in the game now, it's gonna be a lot harder. That's just the reality of it is because you starting so much more late, and we got such a more momentum than the person that be starting with no audience.
That and we've learned how to navigate the industry as well.
too. Yeah,
I think that's another thing people discount is understanding how to keep content going. Right. Sometimes they might be like, "Oh man, I just talked about this last week. How do I keep on finding fresh people? How do I keep on finding fresh topics?" Right.
Facts. Yeah.
Or like, how can I go deeper into a subject? Because that's another thing that people don't do. Like, we get real surface level on things, but you can get surface level, but there's some topics that you can go real deep into.
Right.
And you can start a whole podcast series if you're smart. I'm giving you a play. If you're smart, you can start a whole podcast series on one specific topic.
No, facts.
And you could go, okay, I'm going to have a full episode breaking all of this down.
In deep conversation. That's facts. Especially if you got some people with some personality. You know, that's the key to all this shit. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much game we kick, people they still want to be entertained to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got some, like let's be real. Imagine a character like Charleston White, but a financially educated Charleston White. He would be the number one.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit would be funny.
He would be the number one business podcast in the world, hands down. It would take time, of course, but a personality like that, people can't turn that shit. They can't turn away from
you
that.
Scammers.
Look how many people say they hate Charleston White. They can't stand him. But his content viral every day.
Facts.
Every day.
And an agitator just because you don't like him don't mean that you ain't paying attention.
Exactly. That's what people get confused. They be like, man, I want motherfuckers to like me. It's like the person that's liked is rarely watched. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some polarizing to you to make people think like, I hate that motherfucker or I love him. You don't want nobody in the middle. In the middle, that's where people don't care about you at. You want them to like really like, I fuck with Dave, I fuck with Jalen so heavy. They do any event where I'm pulling up, or you want them to be like, I can't stand them niggas. I hate them niggas.
You
know what I'm saying?
For all the ones that can't stand you, thank you. I appreciate it.
You gotta have either or.
Because if you don't fuck with me, that means the fact that you don't fuck with me also helps me because you're not for me. And I think that's another misconception. You gotta think everybody in the audience. No, somebody might fuck with me and Jalen. They might not fuck with you, and vice versa. And that's why this makes this industry so open. Because it's like it's about the personalities at the end of the day with the podcast.
It is.
Mm-hmm. And you said something a while back, right? It was like the biggest thing for if you want to build a personal brand is not be afraid to give your opinion on something.
Facts.
And I think that's what a lot of people are scared of. They're so scared of cancel culture and tiptoeing on the line and shit. But if you can at least share your opinion, and that's why Kanye West is so polarized, right?
That's why.
It's because he don't give a fuck what he say, and he gonna say it.
Yeah, exactly. And he gonna say things that, because let's be real.
He gonna double down on the shit.
And it's a lot of things that people say. It's a lot of stuff that the average person is thinking, but them themselves scared to say it because they don't want to get canceled. So somebody like whoever is creating the content saying it is like, damn, he's saying exactly what I want to say.
Andrew Tate.
Yep. That's why he's so big, polarizing. He's saying a lot of shit that how men personally feel, and he being that voice for a lot of unheard men. And that's why they fucking love the fuck out of him. Kevin Samuels. You either love the fuck out of these people or you fucking hate them. When they die or when Kevin died, people was cheering.
That shit was wild.
You ain't never seen no shit like that.
I said, y'all really wild. Yeah, he told you motherfuckers step y'all game up and y'all felt played.
Bro, that's what it, bro. You just gotta, I think as a creator, you gotta accept that because you don't want that. The middle ground is the most dangerous place to be. You either want to be loved or hated. And once you accept that, I feel like, your content, your brand gonna either grow. So just say fuck trying to be liked by everybody. Just speak my mind, because all of us, if we naturally speak our mind, we gonna fizzle out a lot of motherfuckers. They gonna be like, that person crazy. I completely disagree. Fuck him. He an asshole. He a dickhead. Whatever they gonna say a bunch of shit. So, like, I told myself with 2023, I'm saying whatever the fuck I want to say, and I'm gonna find I already got an audience, but I'm gonna find an even bigger, more audience because it's gonna people say I hate this nigga. I ain't fucking with him. But I realize though, people don't ignore what they dislike. And that's why
that's a bar.
That's why people like you talk about the Kanyes, the Andrew Tates, and Kevin Samuels, that they shit grow so much because when you scrolling, it don't matter what platform it is, and you see some. I'm talking about the average person. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. But the average person, when they see something that really they really
put it on their story.
They fucking hate. They put it on their story. Quote tweet. Motherfucker, what the fuck you talking about? Fuck you. Or they share it to somebody. This nigga stupid. You know what I'm saying? People, I learned that people don't ignore what they got disdain for. They don't know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's why shit go viral. You go through the top 10 viral list. It's all shit that people completely disagree with. It's like if y'all disagree with it, why the fuck y'all talking about it? Just ignore it.
That what you call it, girl. When you saying that made me think about it, like the average person really don't recognize that's how this shit work, right?
That's
the period I, period girl, right?
Yeah.
Everybody hated that shit. They hated it, but they all reposting it and quote tweeting it. And each time you quote tweeting it, you put it in front of your audience.
You put it in front of the
audience. So as a content creator, you should leverage that information for yourself. It's like, yeah, it might piss a few people off. Yeah, somebody might think
motherfucker gonna share it.
They gonna share it. And at the end of the day, that's helping you because I'm a firm believer that the people who support you support in silence.
They do.
The people who hate you, they're gonna be the loudest.
They're gonna be loud. And that's why you gotta lean into that hate more because those people that love you, they not resharing it. They just silently like, yeah, I fuck with this. They might message you like, that's hard. But the people that hate you, they the loudest, bro. They making duets on TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
Look at this dumb motherfucker.
I completely, you like, damn. But that's that engagement is bringing you more and more and more traction.
Hell yeah. Like
that's the only reason somebody like Andrew Tate is the most popular person in the world. Donald Trump, Andrew Tate, Kanye West, Kevin Samuels. We could do this shit all day. We go on and on and on. All these people are known strictly for having opinions and thoughts that a lot of people hate, but they can't shut the fuck up about it.
And they can't get them to shut up.
They can't get them to shut up.
I think cancel culture a myth, but that's just me.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's a myth. I ain't seen nobody successfully get canceled yet. They say R. Kelly's music still getting bumped.
It's still getting bumped. He canceled himself. He locked up, so he fucked up. But that's a good point though.
I used to think Daniel Caesar was canceled, but that nigga still
listen to his music. Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like cancel culture is just like the people who don't fuck with you. Same point. The people who don't fuck with you wouldn't gonna fuck with you in the first place. So what's the difference?
Cancel. I think now that you say that, I think you're right. I just realized cancel culture only works if you're not performing at a high level. If you performing at a high level, there's nothing they can do about it because people gonna fuck with it. Kanye, as much as they say they hate Kanye,
that nigga drop an album right
fucking
now.
And that's hot. That shit gonna be played everywhere. If the shit is garbage, it's gonna make the canceling magnified look like he's really canceled. But if he's performing at a high level, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Them niggas is gonna bump that shit.
They gonna bump it. They gonna keep fucking with you like, hey, this nigga hot. What I'm supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? And that's within anything. That's when, if Kyrie, he was quote unquote canceled. If he came back and he was playing like a scrub, it would have been like, damn, Kyrie fucked up.
That bitch went 12-0 on their ass after that.
That nigga came back balling, getting 30, 40. He killing. Ain't no cancel. People they not even saying nothing about Kyrie.
They are.
That's a fact.
And he's balling. So that's just what it comes down to. Whenever they try to cancel, you just got to perform at a peak level and then ain't nothing people can do about it.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want to ask you about like the personal branding side, right? Mm-hmm. Because what you've done with the podcast, like once you started to magnify, you actually really leaned into it and like you were able to grow on Twitter and stuff like that really well. How'd you start to develop that sense of personal branding and how'd you really start to amplify it?
Just sharing my thoughts and opinions, bro. To be real, I didn't even know, like, I ain't had no strategy. Like with Twitter, I got on Twitter and I just started talking about shit that I thought was common sense to me because this is how I was brought up. And then when I would say things, it would get a huge reaction out of people. People get upset. A lot of people just get mad or say whatever. I used to be like, I thought this shit was common sense. So now I'm just doubling down. I'm just sharing my thoughts even more. And I guess I could type well where people can understand what I'm saying or misunderstand, so that make it even better. But that's just really what it is, not being afraid to share like my true feelings and thoughts on things, while also providing some value where there's information with it. Because that's like, in this content industry, at the end of the day, you either got to be entertaining, informal, or inspirational. I strive to be all three. So I think if you all three, it's only a matter of time before you blow, in my opinion.
That's hard. So I kind of want to go a little bit deeper in the podcast realm now too. So once again, we all started at the same time. I know we didn't really start learning how to navigate the money situation till what it was, maybe second, third year of the pod.
Like making money from the pod.
Yeah.
It was all off the love Zoom and funding from our other endeavors.
I already know.
What was your first check from podding, and what did that feel like?
The first check. So my first check from podding, it was probably like $50. This was like within the first couple of months.
Was that from Aint?
The anchor check?
Yeah, anchor check. That monetization. That was amazing. Bro, I swear to God, that was like the best feeling in the world because I didn't get in there for money. I got in there. This was just a hobby. This was me having fun. So seeing that money, I'm like, oh, damn.
Wait a minute.
They just paid me for talking? Hey, fuck this. I'm finna double down. We got to go crazy now. So that was just like, that turned me up. And then after that, it was over with. We turned up. Like, we finna really monetize this thing. And I don't think people realize how many ways you can monetize a podcast,
That's a fact.
bro. Yeah, there's so many things you could do. You got merchandise. You got affiliates. You got live events. You know what I'm saying? So, well, I'm forgetting some shit.
You can sell your own product. Like
sell your own product.
I think me watching back, remembering y'all's story, I think one of the big things that hit for y'all was the morning text thing
the morning text
that y'all was doing.
You can build a community.
That's what we did. We had the morning text thing, and we had so many people on that shit. I don't even know. I can't even remember why we stopped it. We stopped it after a while, but we had so many people on there where we just send them a morning inspirational text. But then when the episode dropped, hey, the episode out. Now if I got thousands of people on the text, soon as they read, ain't nobody ignoring the text. Even you might not respond, but you see that motherfucker. So you see that text and you click that. Now you tapped into the episode immediately. So that was one of the dope ways that we utilize to grow our brand too.
Yeah. And like just going on to that monetization piece some more, like you selling your own products, you marketing for people, advertising. That's one of the big ones.
Speaking
like
engagements.
You can do through the platforms, like speaking engagements. That's one that we've been tapping into more recently. But like marketing, people think like you just got to do the anchor thing. Bro, you can approach local businesses.
Facts.
You doing video, you can do product placement.
Facts.
Like I know Jalen got the tequila bottle. Hey,
I ain't
El
putting that shit
Padrino.
up. Unless them niggas pay me, I ain't putting shit up. Fuck. Just know, I'm drinking some Reposado, bitch. But I ain't putting your logo in shit.
Nope. Straight up, talk that shit.
Talk to me nice. I was saying, like, there's so many ways, and this is a national brand, right? But you can approach local brands. You can approach small businesses in the area, even if your audience is like 300 people, right? If you 300 people and this is a tax service, local tax service. Hey, I got 300 people. I put you in on each episode for $300 for a month. At least you're making something. Whatever it is, the cost of your production, you can cover the cost of your production by just being strategic in that way.
No, facts. And what's crazy, this just crossed my mind. But the only thing about monetization, I'll say for the people that's listening, specifically if you monetizing within our industry, is you got to be careful of having the bullshit artists, because when people know that you monetize your platform, you got somebody on there that you might not even be aware. That's how it would be. You never aware of somebody that's scamming or nothing like that. We don't be fucking on.
That shit crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So when somebody come on that's scamming, the people from the outside, they looking like, oh, you had to know. You had them on your platform is monetized. And now you like, hold on. So that's the thing, that when you do become monetized, just for this shit I learned over time, that vetting process, if you a guest-oriented show, that vetting process has to be so much more harder, because you don't want no bullshit artists coming on your show.
That's a fact.
And I'm glad you brought that up, right? Because I wanted to get into this. One, the vetting process. Whenever we started, there was no blueprint for what we were doing, right? A lot of the things we was just learning, like bumping our head, or our audience was growing so much, it's like people were reaching out to us and like, hey, I want to be on the show. And like I said earlier, sometimes it's like, okay, how do I keep content coming out? So I might just go get this person because they reached out to me and I looked into them surface level and like, oh yeah, they look good. Like what it look like they doing is right. But how do you deepen that vetting process? What y'all doing now?
So what I like to do is I like to reach out to people. Like everybody got mutuals these days. I like to reach out to people that I trust and know, like I know this is a solid person. I trust their judgment and just keep it real with me. Like, hey, you know this person? If they know him, what you think about them? They solid. They really taking care of business. They really living his life. If they like, yeah, they definitely is. I know him. He really doing it. Or they like, I don't know. If they say I don't know,
heard some shit,
right?
You know?
I didn't heard some shit. I'm like, all right, I need to take this a step back and just don't move. Let's do some more information, some more dives on it. So that's really what we do for sure. And like I said, now we also got a contract. So if we find out you're doing any fraudulent activity that we were unaware of, and we released the episode, you doing some bullshit, we got the right to take all of it down. So that's what we do.
And that's smart as a brand, just to reserve your right, like, because you don't need nobody on no fuck shit on your platform.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, we've had to take episodes down for that same reason. I mean, it's a slippery slope. Yeah. It definitely is a slippery slope. And you don't want nobody to get fucked over behind. Because we do this at the end of the day, not only because we enjoy it, but because we also want to give good information to people. I want to see y'all better your life.
Exactly.
I love getting messages that say, hey, look, I just purchased my first property because of you guys.
Facts.
Or I increased my credit score because of you guys. Or I learned how to trade. I got interested in this because of you guys.
Facts.
So like David's saying, like, this is all purely for the betterment of you all. And we do take this responsibility very seriously. Mm-hmm. Very seriously. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of times people, like you said, whenever something does come out, it's like, damn, I didn't even see that. It's like I did have a duty and a responsibility to protect you from this type of thing.
Exactly. And you, like I said, you don't want to be on pocket watching with JT, man.
Nah, man.
You don't want to be on pocket watching. And shout out to JT, man.
Yeah, shout out, man.
You know, I know a lot of creators, they be upset with him, but I ain't got no problem with it. Even if he might one day catch one of my episodes on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But I respect what he's doing because it is necessary.
The constructive criticism.
It's constructive criticism, and it's necessary because, as we know, we've been podding long enough now. It's a lot of bullshit artists out here. It's a lot of these motherfuckers that's claim they do so and so, claim they making so much money, but they ain't got nothing but bad intent for people. They ain't got nothing but the intent to scam, steal, fuck you over, not come through what they said they was gonna do. So it is necessary because it holds a lot of people accountable. That if they know it's somebody in the community,
they got that watch.
They got that watch. They watching to make sure everybody on their P's and Q's. So I ain't got no problem with it.
Me neither, man. JT is an interesting brother. JT, we love to have you on the platform. Man. Just so happen to hit it. But,
both of the platforms.
But talk about it.
No, I did kind of want to pivot from podcasts.
Hey, man, let's do it.
Something interesting that more recently, like now, you know, we entering into this economic uncertainty. We in a recession right now, and we've seen the crypto markets going to another bear market now. Mm-hmm. Now I know you started investing in crypto early, like I think
2017, right?
2017. Yep. So you saw a cycle prior to this. Was it like the ICO era and all that?
Yeah. So initial coin offerings. Yeah.
What is your current outlook with crypto right now? What you thinking about the market?
Crypto down bad right now, but I still got the same output, bro. I'm in it long term. I said when I got in, like, man, this is 2030, 2035, 2040 game plan. So whatever happens in between time, is I might not like it, but I'm willing to sit through it. And I could be completely wrong. I said this from the jump. Like I could be completely missing on this investment. But that's the risk I'm willing to take. And for those that listen to me or they look up to me, they doing the same thing. It's like, hear what I'm saying? Like, well, if you're going to do it strategically and wisely. Don't be putting all your eggs into this shit because it could go south. Yeah. You could lose everything. So as far as what's going on right now, though, it's not really bothering me because I still look at it long term.
It's nothing new either,
it's nothing new. I went through it.
It's very similar to that.
I would say this might be, I don't know off top the statistic wise, but this might be worse. I remember it was a crazy drop in 2018. It was crazy. I don't know I can't remember if this was better than that though.
Cause I know like just the way it looks right now, everybody down on it, like, oh man, this shit ain't never gonna work. It's like, it's crazy to me because y'all loved Bitcoin 8 months ago when it was 60. But now it's 19, 18. It's like
a better investment opportunity.
Let me stay away from that shit. You know, that shit bad over there. Like, nah, bro, you wildin'. Yeah. Like, if I loved it at 60 and I bought it at 60, I'm going to buy it again. I'm going to keep buying it. But my thing is that I think what I've seen now that I'm able to finally see a full cycle, I start seeing the trends, right? Mm-hmm. NFTs was basically the same thing as ICOs.
I never bought an NFT.
I can understand why.
I got burnt. I ain't gonna lie. I got burnt by a few.
Because like when you start thinking about it, we was kind of early and the utility was always the same. Right. Like it was always, oh man, we're gonna be able to do so much with it. But what we gonna be able to do with it?
What you gonna be able to, that's why I never bought one. When I used to hear people talk about it, I used to be like, that's cool. But in my mind, it just never made, I was like, all right, you could do this, you could do that. But why would I want to do that? That's what it just never made, like, it never made sense to me. Everybody that made, I know some people that made some big bread in it. I'm like, man, salute to y'all. But me, I just don't see the value in this shit. Mm-hmm. At least right now, I don't.
But that's also the other piece of it too, knowing when to sell. That's what this whole cycle showed me too. Is like, because I got in on the GameFi trend, right? And I'm like, man, I'm making 600% on my motherfucking money. Bitch, I feel good. I'm walking around feeling great. You know what I'm saying? 600%. But then it's like, okay, how long is this gonna happen realistically? Like, let's keep it real. How long is this gonna happen? Whenever I seen them cut from 600% to 400, I should have sold right then and there. Because it's like, okay, obviously this is slowing down. The money's stopping. So like, I think the market showed me a lot about when to sell with crypto now. No. Whenever people talking about it,
get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out. Take some profits.
Ain't nobody talking about it right now. So if you are an investor, I ain't telling you to go buy, but if you is somebody that believe in crypto and got the money to invest in it, you probably should. But if you don't, let's talk about this because, man, I feel like this was an important conversation. And this, in my opinion, if you don't got a 6 months emergency fund, you shouldn't be investing at all. And this is something that's not really talked about in our community because everybody trying to sell some shit.
Everybody trying to get rich fast.
Everybody trying to get rich fast. Everybody trying to sell a course. All that shit. So they'll tell you, buy my stuff, invest in that. But if you ain't got 6 months of emergency savings, you shouldn't be investing in shit. Not Bitcoin, not real estate, not stocks, nothing.
Because when shit hit the fan, what do you have to lean on?
Now you got to liquidate. Now you got to liquidate money that might not even be there no more. You might have put $100 into something. The market went down. That $100 is $47 now.
And you needed that.
You needed that 100. So that's why, man, like I really hope people take heed to that. Like if you don't got your 6 months of emergency savings, and to be real, I'm saying 6 months to be nice. In my opinion, I think it really should be closer to 12, specifically for times like these. I don't think you should be investing at all unless it's maybe like a 401k. All right, cool. But outside,
some through your job, tax benefit type shit.
Exactly, tax benefits. But like on your own, hitting the stock market, trying to do real estate, all that shit, keep your fucking money. Don't spend nothing because when hard times hit, that money that you invested, you're going to go liquidate that shit. And it's not going to be the same.
It's not going to be the same at all.
50% cut than what you put in there. But people don't say this shit, man.
It's true.
Let's be real. People don't say that shit. They're going to be like, yeah, about this, you can invest in that. Like, man, this motherfucker don't even got $2,500. Why are you telling him to invest his money?
At all.
You know what I'm saying? He got $2,500.
If he lose his job right now,
his job is over. He could pay rent for a month, maybe 2 months. It's over. So you telling him to invest, he shouldn't be investing. If anything, if he should be investing in anything, it's maybe to start a business. But a low cost business that's gonna cost him, if he got $2,500, the business, let's say it costs $200 to start.
Something that's gonna help you increase your
income.
Not your active income, not your passive
exactly,
income.
Not no passive income, your active income.
Because if you're trying to, that's who taught us that?
Active versus passive?
Auntie Sandy, Hood Estates.
Okay.
She had told us that. Like,
shout out to us.
That's my people.
Her and Pocky said, people get passive income mistaken because they think passive income mean no work.
Exactly.
You need more active income to create passive income. You can't just skip that step. Like if you making a $4,000 a month and you taking 1,000 of that and trying to make passive income, you're not going to replace that 4 bands in a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's going to take a long ass time. So if you can find a way to take that 4,000 and increase it to 10,000, now you get a better chance of increasing that passive income.
Because you're still living off of 2, and now you got 8. You can just throw into some investment shit.
No facts. Like, but niggas be thinking, I make $3,800 at the job. I could take this $3,800, invest half of it, and I could start making $10,000 a month within the next 3 months. Like, nigga, what?
Who told you?
Who told you this?
That's not the
but
way
this
business
the shit
work.
people really be believing, bro. Like, I be getting some unbelievable DMs and messages from people. I be like, nigga, this is a terrible idea, bro. Don't do that.
Bro,
Who told
you tell them straight up like that?
Bro, absolutely terrible. Do not, I tell people, if you ain't got 6 months of savings minimum, don't invest in shit. I don't care what it is. I don't care how great the opportunity sound, because you don't know what the fuck will happen. Ain't nothing guaranteed.
Bro, I know you be getting the messages too from the people with the fake pages with you. Man,
I don't get them, they be blocking me.
Oh, I'm talking about like
them
people,
niggas
the
be
people that
tagging
know
us.
you. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, man, motherfuckers hit me up one time. They listened to the pod. Shout out to you. I think your name was Alex. Shout out, Alex. He's like, yeah, bro, you was telling me about these Bitcoin mining investments. And I said, wait a minute, motherfucker. I ain't told you about nothing.
I don't even know how to mine, nigga.
Right. But it's like, it's crazy because like what you say, it makes so much sense, right? It's having that baseline first. Bro, have that baseline so you're not out here operating out of this need to try to make this money turn into all the money you ever gonna need. It's like, bro, if somebody telling you they're gonna take 500 and turn it into 3,000 in 2 weeks, they are lying to you, and they're gonna take your $500 and they're gonna take 5 other people's $500 and they're gonna turn it into 3 bands for themselves in a week.
That's what they gonna do. They gonna block your ass. You ain't gonna be able to hear phones.
Oh yeah, now your page hack.
Your page, right? Now your page hack. Oh, I'll be like, but people really be falling for this shit, bro. And I'll be like, as for what we do, at the end of the day, we leaders within the culture. People look up to us for guidance, influence, all that thing. So it really I be feeling like it's our duty sometimes to let people know, like, hey man, I know y'all, we giving y'all financial game. We got guests give y'all financial game, and most of it is some dope, some shit that could change your life. But at the end of the day, you got to get that just the basic shit down first before you start going off on this crazy shit. Motherfuckers
Can't be skipping steps.
Can't be skipping. Motherfuckers fundamentals, bro. Like niggas really be having $5,000 total save and be telling me, "Oh, I'm about to get into trucking."
You gonna get you finna
shirt burnt, bro. Like
nigga, that's not even an engine blowout. Like that's you blowing fucking 5-6 tires.
So fast,
that's your money gone.
Man, I remember like 3-4 years, like 4 years ago. I don't remember who it was. I wish I could remember. It was some nigga I seen on YouTube. He was an older white dude. And he was like, you shouldn't be investing if you don't have $100,000 saved. And at the time, I was
thought he was tripping?
I said, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. Because I was like, I wouldn't even be in the position that I'm in if I took that strategy. But as the years going on, I'm seeing a lot of people getting in fucked up situations. I might not 100% agree with that, but I'm like, it make a lot of sense because 100,000 it ain't rich or nothing like that, but it's a good cushion for you. Once you got $25,000, all it take is one mistake to get you back down to 2,500. So that's why I think his opinion for that 100 was because he give you that cushion. If you fuck up, I still got 50 left, and that's a big fuck up. Mm-hmm. But you got a big fuck up. You only got 20 bands, you right back down to nothing, bro. Like nothing. And how many of us seen people go through that? They might have 20.
I've been through it personally.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's common, especially within the community, because at the end of the day, a lot of us, we don't come from handouts. We ain't got rich parents, rich family members, and we trying to work and get up there. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times, trying to move so fast, you'll fuck up.
You bump your head.
That's just part of the game. I took a 6-figure L last year.
Sheesh.
Gone. Money just gone for good. I'm like, damn. So I know L's is just a part of the game, but at the end of the day, luckily I'm in a position where I could still live my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to I ain't got to start selling shit or nothing like that. But I know the average person, if they took a L like that or even close to it,
it's a nail in the coffin.
It's a nail in the coffin, bro. Like, and a lot of times, people never bounce back from things like that. So that's why I feel like it was important to talk about that, because I get so many DMs, bro. I got 1,500. What should I invest in? Nigga, nothing. Invest in yourself. Go buy some books. You know what I'm saying? Maybe start a business if you business oriented. Because I don't even like telling everybody to start a business, bro. Because business is not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. It's like, bro, go self-educate yourself. Go read some books. Learn
go
some
get these
stuff.
certifications so you can get a better job.
A better
Increase
job.
your active income.
Facts, bro.
And I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think that's a lot of people's issue as well. They got low-paying jobs, and entrepreneurship was so glamorized right. over the past few years. There's like, you know what? I don't need a job. I'm just gonna make money with entrepreneurship, and this is gonna be my ticket out. But they don't understand that you still have to have a skill set and a great work ethic to get to there,
bro.
And you doing a bullshit job. You on the frying machine at McDonald's.
You can't even do that right.
Yeah, shit, nigga. You on the frying machine at McDonald's. You need a better job.
You need a better job, bro. Get your skills up.
Exactly.
$8 an hour is what? How much a year? That's like probably.
Nigga, that's I don't know. I don't even want to calculate that shit.
That shit sounds scary as hell.
It
do. I don't want to calculate that.
And I said that to say that, right? Because I came from a low-paying job, and then I switched to the insurance adjusting industry, and I ended up starting touching real paper through this shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like, damn, like nigga, I don't mind going to work. Like I was doing what I was doing before at a job paying me much less. I was working throughout the day, working on my business after this. Now that I'm touching real paper, nigga, I'll do this and that. And now I don't have to worry about my business having $100,000 a month every month in order for me to survive, because I got this money coming in from my insurance adjusting. Now I can let my business grow organically. I can make sure that we put money into the right places. We got our market. Exactly. We got our marketing right. We investing into the right systems, things of that nature. Once you start touching real paper, working at a job feel different.
It do. Because you know, like, man, if y'all get on my nerves too much, I'm just out this motherfucker. Because I don't have to be here.
Exactly.
I'm just here because I'm just trying to grow.
And if you got the skill set, you're now a valued asset.
Exactly. And they don't even want you to leave once you got the skill set. Man, I said this years ago on the podcast episode. I don't know if it was 2019 or 2020. I said at the end of the day, I don't believe people want to be entrepreneurs. I just believe people want to be financially free. But they think entrepreneurship is the only way. But it's not. Mm-mm. They really believe like, man, it's because then you have so many people that's winning, and that was especially winning. You talk about 2020, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, PPP, everybody was winning from 2020 to 2021.
So it looked easy. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the reality is, when it's a bull market.
You was playing with the game sliders up right up.
Exactly, bro. In a bull market, everybody a genius. You can do anything and start making some dough, and you feel like, man, I could do this shit forever. It's lit. But then as times get hard, it's like, all right, let's see who really want to be an entrepreneur.
That's what this time is right now. Facts. This time is about to weed out a lot of the people who thought that they was down the bang. But like when shit get hard, like, are you gonna go back to the craft? Are you gonna be back in the lab? Like, are you gonna really put in that dirty work and figure out, okay, this is what I did to get there. How can I now 10x this and make sure that while the market's going down, I'm still able to eat. So many of our mentors and friends have told us, if you can survive through this era, nigga, you good for life.
No, that's facts, bro. If you could, and I was just talking to my guy Donovan Ruffin yesterday. This 2 days ago. We was having a similar conversation. We were just saying, as much as we love the bull markets, we need the bear markets, because you're gonna learn so much more in a bear than what you will learn in a bull market.
It makes so much sense.
Because the bull market,
you start making mistakes. You start making
mistakes.
You start thinking you can move any type of way. Because like Jalen just said, you playing with the sliders up.
Exactly.
I could pull up from half court. I'm gonna hit the shot. But like that make a lot of sense.
The bear is about strategy, skill, education, and that's the time you really, you know what I'm saying, lock in and learn those things. So bear markets are absolutely necessary, especially for young people. Because we hitting our head, and now we like, this is how it really be. This is how it really go. Not only that, we got nephews, nieces, little brothers, kids. We could get this game to our kids now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna experience it. Like, what the fuck? Life is a cycle. Shit gonna continue on. Our kids gonna be fucking teenagers, adults at some point. We can say, hey, in 2022, 2023,
this how this shit
went. So you need to prepare yourself to this, do that, do that. So it's these times, in my opinion, is absolutely necessary.
And on the bear market, shout out to Wendy on Twitter. Wendy was like, it's not a bear market, it's a build market. This is where you build in yourself, and this is where you invest in the companies that are really building sustainable things. Even like crypto, right? Like pay attention to which coin and which ecosystem is still building. If these niggas went under, like fucking Tether and all these other, okay, like them niggas fell by the wayside, but who's still building? That's who's gonna last throughout this market.
Really with the shits. Speaking of Tether and the ones that fell, Zay, I gotta ask you, man, how you felt about that whole Sam Bankman FTX shit?
Man, that shit was crazy, bro.
That was one of my favorite fucking exchanges.
For real, I never used it.
Really?
I did use it. I was big on FTX.
Me too, dog.
Again,
for real?
Yo, yeah, I actually sold most of my stuff. Like as the market started turning down, I was like, okay, I'm getting off all exchanges. I'm just gonna use Cold Wallet, put Bitcoin in there, and that's we staying there. I'm not messing with all these other altcoins because started recognizing it's like, shout out to Bitcoin. Zay, he was the one that put that in my head. It's like, end of the day, we talk about this ecosystem. Bitcoin is the US dollar.
It's
it's like the reserve currency of the crypto ecosystem. So it's like, okay, if I'm gonna invest in cryptocurrency and the market's going into a bear market, I would rather invest in the reserve currency than all these little coins who I may have the potential to 10x, 20x my money, but I also had the potential to just hit zero. So it's just like it made more sense to me. It's like, okay, let's go ahead and just move it all off. But that FTX shit was crazy, man.
Bro, that shit is crazy. A lot of people got burnt, bro. I seen stories of athletes losing $15 million.
Tom Brady
lost. How much they say he lost?
I think he lost his fortune, bro. They said like $650 or some shit like that mil. Yeah. Tom Brady whole thing, son.
Tom Brady look like you ain't about to retire no time.
Nah, dog.
Hey, that's crazy though.
Yeah, I think they said his whole thing. I was like, yo, that's wild.
Oh man, come on, Tom.
I know Steph was one of them.
Steph was one. Shaq. Yeah, bro. It's like a lot of people, bro. That shit. The crypto. At the end of the day, bro, people gotta understand crypto is fairly. It's still at the end of the day, it's still fairly new.
It's in its infancy.
How you feel about regulation
regarding what?
Cryptocurrency. I
feel like that defeats the whole purpose of crypto.
So you still with the original ethos of crypto of like, this is created to be an alternative currency system, a peer-to-peer.
That's private. That I got complete control over. That's why I fucked with it. So when we talk about regulation, I'm like, that was one of the reasons why I never fucked with Ripple. Because I'm like, this defeats, in my opinion, this defeats the point of cryptocurrency. Because it's regulated.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's just what I think about it.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to the idea of regulation. I do feel like we need it at one point.
That's fair, bro.
Like,
I think it's needed for mass adoption. Me personally.
Yeah, no. You right, bro. For mass adoption, it's gonna be something. Got to happen.
I don't feel like the average person, and I said this before, and niggas got on my time. I was like, I don't think the average person is gonna want to learn as much as it takes to learn to transact in the peer-to-peer crypto world. Whereas it's
right. I agree.
Like it's like, okay, I gotta go get this wallet, and then I gotta send it to this key. It's like, well,
right.
how this shit work?
Motherfucker gonna send that shit to somebody else.
Yeah.
They send it to the wrong one. It's like, I feel like the average person wouldn't spend the time. So like, I think it's needed, but to your point, it does defeat the original purpose.
It does.
And with that, I wonder if I wonder what's next for crypto.
You're right, bro. I'm thinking from a personal. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking it from a personal level when I say regulation. But at the end of the day, I think for mass adoption, to some degree, for the average person, the 65-year-old woman,
that's another thing with FTX, right? It was a bank in Canada that held their teachers' pensions in that shit.
That shit is insane, bro.
Wiped out.
Bitch,
I've been working for 50 years. If my shit go because of y'all niggas.
Bro, that's it. Man,
somebody, hey, I'm getting it back in blood.
No, what?
Like, I'm getting it back. Somebody got to see me.
See your pension gone, bro?
Gone, dog.
Hey, bro, that's why we tell people all the time when they get into crypto, I say, man, this shit is this shit could go to absolute zero. It can. Ain't no investment guarantee, but in our community, man, we got this. We still got this get rich quick
casino mentality.
Casino mentality.
Very
bro.
gamblish.
They throw something in the game, see what pop. Hopefully it pop.
That lotto mentality.
When in reality, that's the quickest way to go broke.
Facts. I ain't never seen nobody personally get rich off the lotto. I know motherfuckers been buying lotto tickets their whole life.
You ain't never seen no. I know one of my neighbors I grew up with. They won $1 million.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like
the only people I know.
Did they do right by it, or you know they?
Nah, I ain't never seen them well out. They stayed in the same house. I think they might have got like a car, but they still got the same house to this day, and that was 20 years ago.
That's smart.
It's like, but instead of putting it on just a chance, like think about it, if I'm spending $5 a day on some lotto tickets on the chance of getting rich, what's the benefit if I just took that same $5 a day I spent? That's $150 a month, and I used it to invest in myself,
in yourself,
and used it to go get an IA license like we did, or spend the time, save some money, go to a boot camp and earn one of these tech jobs where it's like 3 years from now, you might be making $30K at your job. Now you found a job, you making $200. Where it's like,
that shit changed.
But it didn't happen overnight.
That shit changed, dog.
It didn't happen overnight, but it happened because you took the time to learn the skill. And like,
skills change your life, bro.
That's it.
You get the right skill, you start making some good money, your life could change fairly. I ain't gonna say like overnight, but it could change in a good time. Where it seemed like it was overnight.
In the grand scheme of life, it's almost overnight. It's almost
overnight, right? It'll seem like it for sure.
Especially if you don't indulge in lifestyle creep as well. If you do it properly, and you keep your bills and everything the same, and you start making a lot more paper,
niggas ain't doing that.
Shit feel different, dog.
I'm going to the Louis store.
They going to Louis. They going to the club. They taking chicks on trips, spending a bag on them. That's just like a rite of passage for a lot of niggas. They gonna blow the, you know what I'm saying? That's what niggas do, especially if they getting it while they're young. That's why I think getting bread when you're young it's a blessing.
It's a gift and a curse.
It's a gift and a fucking curse, bro. Because you feel like, oh, I'm gonna be like this forever. I'm gonna always be getting it. You just start doing dumb shit because you ain't lived enough to know better for real. Mm-hmm. You don't really know. You like, I could blow this bread, and it's always gonna be like this. I could blow this 10 real quick. I could blow this 20 in a month doing some dumb shit. The whole time, when some hard times hit, you thinking like, damn, I could use that 20 right now.
Hard times are a good investment opportunity.
It is, bro.
And now
but if you got the money to invest,
you gotta have the money on some bullshit.
You gotta have the money to invest. Everybody say they be waiting on the to a bear market to invest until the bear market come, and now they ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the whole world, man, when Bitcoin hit this, when real estate hit that,
I'm loading the boat.
I'm buying up everything.
Loading the boat with what, dog?
Who the fuck y'all know buying for real right now? I ain't seeing it. I ain't seeing it on the gram. I ain't seeing it on Twitter.
I don't see the screenshot.
I don't see the screenshot. Who y'all know that's like, man, I just bought a 4 unit, an 8 unit. I'm doing this. It ain't too many people that's doing it.
Nope.
Because a lot of niggas really just be full of shit. They just be talking for real.
Yeah. That's facts.
Yeah, y'all know I ain't lying, man.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Like your tweet said, man, everybody rich till you hang out.
Everybody rich until you can't hang out with them. Then you like niggas asking you to pitch in. You like, hold on, nigga, you on the gram, you made $1 million last year or this year.
That's a fact, dog. Even being a podcaster, because you come in contact with more of those type of people.
Facts.
Even with us, it's like, damn, this person said he was doing that. That background at that house look a little different,
bro.
That background at that house.
How many y'all been potting for a minute? How many niggas that done came on y'all show that on the gram, everybody think this is the richest nigga in the world? Because you get around certain people, your oral, your presence could tell, like certain little things you could do, you can be like, I don't think this person is who they say they is. That shit happens, bro.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, bro. That shit be happening. You be like, that's why, man. It's a gift and a curse of potting too.
It is,
because potting, you learn to not look up to nobody. Because you don't, these people online, it's not the same person in real life.
And when we be yelling that shit, niggas be like, man, how y'all know? How y'all discrediting everything? Bitch, I met a lot of these niggas.
And then the thing is, too, it's not even always just on the money standpoint.
No, it's not, bro.
A lot of times it's on the character. It's the personality. Like, you start seeing what a person values is whenever you having these conversations. It's like,
this person is a piece of shit.
Yeah, I can't fuck
I
with
can't
him.
fuck with him.
You
Outside
a
of
real-
recording, I'm going my way, you go yours. We say peace, we ain't never got to speak again.
You a real slime ball. It's even episodes we've done that we have not released because it's just like
Same here, bro. Same here.
I'm not fucking with that shit, dog.
Same here. Same. But if you're not in the industry, you're not even gonna understand this conversation because you just seeing this person highlights on Instagram or whatever platform.
all
So
it
you
is
think,
on there.
oh, they super lit. It's like I got people that I respect. I respect a lot of people, but it's nobody that at the end of the day we all human and we all fuck up, make mistakes, and ain't none of us. But it's a lot of us that's full of shit too. So I know like I got to get around somebody first to see how they move, see how they vibe, how consistent conversation with them. Then I'm like, no, that nigga solid or she solid or whatever. But other than that, it's like people be asking me about people. Don't ask me shit. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. We making content. I know what I heard. They say what they do. Other than that, personal wise, I don't know nothing. I don't want to be around them. Nothing. I handle my business. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's how I see it.
So
It's one last thing I want to get into with you, and it's the way you make content, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're really good at taking your everyday life and making content out of it. How'd you learn how to navigate that and start really just doing it? Because some people not even comfortable with that.
That ain't nice. You're right, bro. That's a good question. What I do, like I just look for inspiration to certain things. What I think is dope. What I see, like I could watch and study other. I'm a studier, bro. I watch things and what I like, I pick up, and what I don't like, I let it go. Like prime example, just last night I was watching Barbara Walters interviews, bro. You know what I'm saying? She just passed away. Rest in peace. I was watching her interview, Vladimir Putin. And Robert, what's the Kardashians there? His name Robert,
Rob,
right?
I think so.
Rob
Yeah.
Kardashian and Vladimir Putin. I was just watching because at the end of the day, we in the same field, like for real. Even though this
she reached the pinnacle,
and she reached the fucking pinnacle, bro. She didn't interview the biggest niggas of all time, bro. So I was just watching some of her shit. But what I was saying is like I'm just a study, bro. So I could see stuff. I'm like, man, that's fly, and I could implement this on my own way. I ain't copying nobody. Because I'm going to put my own twist and my own thing into it. And I just put the camera up and let that shit roll. I ain't trying to do it. I feel like it's easier to do the shit I'm doing than trying to create something. I'm just documenting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting the camera up and I'm just doing shit I do regular. But when I be trying to think of shit what I want to do, it's like damn near impossible for me to do it because I'm thinking too much, bro. It's like, man, I don't
You
know
spending
what.
too much time thinking and not enough time
not just
executing.
doing it. Like, man, just live your life. Do what you normally do and just put the camera up. So
You
that's
got a tripod when you be in the gym, or that be somebody recording?
no, I get somebody to record it for me.
I was like, damn, this nigga.
No, I'll be at the gym in my crib. I be having a tripod, but in the gym I just get somebody to record it.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
That's dope, dog. I think a lot of people can learn a lot from that. It's just making your life the content, man.
Yeah, bro.
And I know it's something that I do need to do more, but sometimes I be like, man, fuck this shit. I ain't got time to be recording
got
this
time to
shit.
be recording?
Yeah, it's like, bitch, I'm trying to do some shit.
No, facts, bro. I definitely get what you mean, but at the end of the day, this social media is all based on content. Whoever got the most content go win.
That's a
That's a
fact.
fact.
That's how you keep your brand in people's faces. If you're not
Facts.
posting, somebody else is, and they taking the people attention.
Every time.
Man, Zay, bro, this has been great, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
Definitely
Been
glad to
amazing
have you
chopping
back
up
on.
with you, dog.
We're gonna hop into our last little questions for you, man. So, my question I like to ask everybody, man, what are you doing with your money right now to make sure that you never go broke again?
Man, that's a good question, bro. So right now, what I'm doing with my money is I'm just stacking. I'm stacking. I'm looking for opportunities that I know that's gonna be can't misses at this point. That's what I'm doing. But I see the market just, in my opinion, at least for these next 12 months, it's probably gonna continue to go down. And I'm just looking for an opportunity. So right now, when I'm doing my money, I'm stacking. I'm still investing into things too, though. I'm still investing into the market, stock market, crypto. But mainly, I'm just loading up. So whatever happened.
Hey, can't never go wrong with that strategy.
I'm not doing like too much, like overthinking it or trying to do some extra shit. At this point, I'm past that trying to do extra shit to hit a home run. I'm just trying to
Base hits.
You know what I'm saying? Just and that's because that's growth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hit no motherfucking grand slam.
I don't need to get 100% return.
Now, if it happens, it
1,000.
happens.
Yeah.
If it happens, it happens. But that's the quickest way to lose. And I ain't trying to take no L's.
Okay, I got my 3 questions for you, my brother.
What's up, bro?
First question, are you frugal or are you a flexer?
Hey, I'm laughing because it depends on who you ask.
I'm asking you personally.
Man, bro, I feel like I'm kind of like, if it's something in the middle, whatever that gray area is, I think that's me.
I'm gonna use the word that somebody else gave.
Fruglexer.
Fruglexer.
I'm a fruglexer then. Yeah, I got times where I'm very frugal, and I got times like every now and then I might flex a little bit. So yeah, I'm a fruglexer.
That's a bet. So another, my second question is, I know you have, you're expecting a kid.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing to leave a legacy for your seed?
Oh, that's a great question. So I started an investment account for my kid 5 years ago. Yeah, it's 5 years ago.
I remember you saying that shit.
Yeah, it went viral. I tweeted about it a while ago. So that's something that I've been continuously investing in since then. So that's one. By the time my daughter is 18, she'll be well over $1 millionaire. If I don't fuck her money up, you know what I'm saying? But she'll be well over $1 million, which I'm not gonna mess up, by the way. But she'll be well over $1 million. But beyond that though, because I learned that generational wealth, it ain't even about money. It's about education. Because I could get her that money, but if she ain't educated,
she gonna fuck it up.
She gonna fuck it up, and then it's gonna be like, I did all that for what?
Exactly.
Like they say, within like extremely wealthy people, they got a saying from like shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves. You ever heard of that? Mm-hmm. Like a family builds wealth, and then they blow it within like a generation or two.
Yeah,
they say even billionaires.
The Vanderbilts.
I didn't even know this, bro. They said
the Vanderbilts. They blew all that
shit. They said that the average billionaire wealth is gone within 2 generations. We think a billionaire generation lasts for at least goddamn
2, 3, 4, 5.
You know what I'm saying? But that shit gone. So it's like I could give my kid whatever money, but if I'm not educating her and teaching her to self-educate herself, it's irrelevant. So the things I'm doing, to answer your question, is I'm continuously learning and continuously doing character development so I could be the best person, not only for myself, but for her. So she could see me and she like, this is my dad. You know, kids just do what you do. So she can see what I'm doing and she strive to, you know what I'm saying, kind of character develop herself in her own way, because she obviously, I don't want her to be like me, you know what I'm saying? She a woman. She'll be a woman. But she gonna character develop her own way, and that's all I can ask for, bro. Fuck the money. As long as she know like the values that I got, that I'm still in her, she knows to keep striving to educate herself. That's more important than anything.
I like that. My last question is, do you have life insurance?
Yeah, you got it.
Of course.
I'm a military vet, and that's something that the military install in you as soon as you get in. You got to get life insurance. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no turning that down. So getting out, I still just kept that same thing. Life insurance is super important, bro. They say when you die, I heard TK Kirkland say this. He said when you die, somebody is supposed to blow up off your death. Meaning like you die, you got a $500,000 million life insurance policy. Somebody supposed to get that and be they lit now. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Like you just said, if you get that education piece, if you may not even been able to give them the money, but if you gave them the education and they get that bag, you might have a Master P on your hand for all you know.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Xavier, brother, again, appreciate you joining us, man. How people can tap in with you, they want to learn more about you, tap into your show, all that.
Appreciate that, man. So first I want to say, man, appreciate y'all for having me back on. Y'all already know I got the utmost respect for y'all. I love everything y'all doing. Whenever y'all want me to come through anything else, y'all got my number. Y'all hit me. I'm there right away. But the people can find me on Instagram. I'm at the official Xavier Miller. I only got one page.
And niggas not gonna DM y'all,
man. And I'm not gonna DM you. I'm never gonna
trying to sell you no crypto, Bitcoin mining investment.
Nothing. I'm never gonna DM you if I don't know you personally. Like really know you, I'm not gonna DM you. Know, hey, how's it going? And with that being said, if motherfuckers DM you and you thinking, just ask them to send you a voice note. If you like, I don't know if this him or not. Send you a voice note. Send me a voice note. If they say no, they gonna say no because it's not me. So that's the easiest way to figure out if it's a scam or not. But that's on Instagram. I'm at the official Xavier Miller. On everything else, I'm at Xavier C. Miller. And you can find the Millionaire Mindsets Podcast. That's on all platforms, everywhere. You can find it on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that shit.
Yeah, y'all tap into that for sure. Zay, once again, appreciate you, my brother. Glad that we can be locked in for so long. We're going to get into a few house cleaning notes. I want to say thank you to everybody for listening to this episode. Y'all leave us 5 stars. Leave us a rating and review. Let us know what y'all thinking. Let us know what y'all like and don't like. If y'all hate a leave comment too, I want to see that shit too, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Y'all, make sure y'all get y'all tickets. January 28th. January 28th. Like my brother said, J. Cole birthday. We need y'all. 28th. We need y'all at the Financial Symposium, the Kickstarter of the year. Is going to be very impactful. We're going to be mapping out, making sure that we planning out 2023, but we also putting in steps that are able to be executed. So come out, come have some fun with us. We're going to be at the Blowing Smoke Cigar Lounge. Blowing Smoke Cigar Lounge. We're going to be on some real grown and sexy vibes. Like, it's lit. What you got, bro?
Link to the tickets in the show notes. That's all I got. And I better see y'all there.
Pull up on me.
Until next time, this is BWR signing out.
You can't cash it out.